traditional sports, esports, and gaming. We'll take your phone calls live at 877-853-5247. Meeting ID is eSport Extra. That is 377-678-9872 at the pound button twice to join the show. Larry Ridley here, SMR TV, little NBC Sports, Matt, NFL, little NBA 2K League. We're going 3-on-3 today. We got the broskies, the two broskies on the side of him. We got OG King Kurt flying out there with the Dayton Flyers. He's a model, you know what I mean. What's up, you Ford model, man? You a good looking dude, man. You handsome young man. What's up, handsome?
I don't know. I don't know. I think, man, this haircut, man, it do it for me.
That's what it does. Yeah.
Probably done knocked I think about 5 years off at least.
Yep. Probably 5 pounds too, man. You know.
Now everything opening back up. I'm about to be in the gym. Like,
well, speaking of opening back up, I'm surprised we don't have Kelly here and A Willie, two Texas people, living in Houston and Dalworth respectively. You would think they would be here because their governor just said everything's 100% starting March the 10th. So maybe starting.
Kelly tweeted about it. Like,
what she say, like, child, what our governor doing or something like that.
right.
Oh, that's good stuff. D-Dubs, Dagwood, Derwin Worrell, out there in Cardinals, not too far in Brooklyn from Iverson's sister. What's up, man?
I'm doing okay. Just trying to stay up.
What the hell's wrong with you? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. A little tired, but I'm
you
good.
got low energy, dude. You like Jeb Bush. What the hell's wrong with you, man?
I don't know, man.
He might need to get some Nugenics.
That guy's funny.
Hey, now talk to me, D-Dubs. What's up, man? What's up?
I was just doing a little napping.
Napping? Do you take a nap for real in the middle of the day?
Yeah, man. This is COVID, man. Yo.
What COVID got to do with you? You ain't got it?
I ain't got it, but still just being home, it just my clock is just all off. It's just terrible.
You know what really sucks is in the middle of the day, I can't do anything. Like, I'll still leave the kids. Look, I got to go to the grocery store. I might have to run some errands, but it's like, it messes with our work schedule. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like, I'm just, yeah, man. So that's what we got going on, guys. You guys ready to go, man, to talk some sports?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
OG, D-Dubs. We're talking the NBA. We're talking with Lloyd Pierce. We're going to get into that. J.J. Watt, he is on a team now. I did speak to the media today. We'll get into Josh Gordon as well. Not going to play in the NFL. He's got a new home. We'll talk about that. He's going to maybe team up with his old teammate in Cleveland. We'll get into that. Alabama. What did I tell you guys? What is my statement when it comes to football in the SEC? I always say they play football down south, right?
In the South.
South with an F. The F stands for football. So we'll get into that. And also, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a little 2-on-2 basketball between some rappers, some famous rappers. We'll get into that, and we'll talk a little bit about that. And also, Compete Forever on Black News Channel this weekend, episode 40. We'll talk about that. FIU, Florida International University, 2K event. We'll find out who the big man on campus is. And a special announcement today, speaking of 2K. Be glad to have you guys a part of this as well. We're going to do a 2K league. We're going to talk about that at the end of the show. But we'll get started at the very top. Serious topic here. We had him on our show. I want to say back in July or August. One of the two. Lloyd Pierce was the head coach of the Atlanta Hawks. Has been ceremoniously let go. Was fired yesterday by the Hawks. 2.5 seasons there. What were they? 14-20 this year, something like that. They started out 10-9, lost 11 of their last 15. When you look at his record, guys, I can see how they might want to fire him. But the injuries this year, rash of injuries, I don't think they had all of the guys that they signed this year. They didn't have their whole team at all this year. He never got that lineup. I think the administration, the managers, and the ownership acknowledged that today, but they said it's not an excuse. My question to you guys is, was it fair? Was it too soon? I would contend just by looking at the numbers strictly, you can make the call. But I don't think it was fair. I think it was a little too soon. I at least think they should have gotten through the end of the year, given 3 full seasons there. The team is trending in the right direction. They were near the playoffs. Now they're around 10th or 11th, somewhere around there. It's the Eastern Conference. He's got them trending in the right direction. Your thoughts on this, guys?
You want to? You
got? Well, we're gonna go with low energy D-Dubs first.
Yeah, well, looking at the record,
14 and 20.
14 and 20.
Lost 11 of the last 15.
Yeah, that's not good.
Lost twice as many, almost twice as many games as he's won.
I think they could have given him more time. It's kind of funny that they waited right after Black History Month to let him go. that didn't escape me. But yeah, I think they could have given a little bit more time. But 2.5 years is not really a lot, especially when he didn't have his full complement of players, and it's still early. I mean, they're only 11 seed. They just have to be in the top 8. So
no, top 10.
Or top
play
10.
In. Yeah, playing.
Oh, playing game. They still doing that after COVID?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. After COVID, like it ain't over.
Yeah, but they're not in the bubble anymore.
Oh, but it was exciting. It was exciting, dude.
Yeah.
We saw some of the best basketball during that time.
7 versus 9, 8 versus 10. I like it.
I guess. But yeah, they could have given
You're never impressed.
It's the NBA. The NBA's man. I mean, they could have given the guy more time. 2.5 years is just not a lot of time. And he's still right outside that playoff window. So I would think if they make a move like this, they have someone in mind they want to bring in. But we'll see.
Well, Nate McMillan.
Nate McMillan.
He's going to take over. And he talked to ownership about, look, he wanted to clear everything with Lloyd Pierce. Lloyd said, man, go ahead, do it, do your thing. So Nate McMillan, of course, who has a winning record in the NBA, is taking over for the rest of the year. Go ahead, OG.
No, I was going to say, I mean, I got a few angles I'm looking at. Obviously, from the basketball standpoint, I mean, 63 and 120 during his 3 years. Like, I mean.
That's not good. That's like 33%.
That's not.
Like, that normally. Worse.
Yeah.
When you lose twice as many games as you win, it's hard to argue for you.
Yeah, we like a lot.
But he was set up to fail too. The team was bad.
Right. We want to make the argument. I mean, sometimes about, of course, the expectation of black coaches versus white coaches. But I mean, this is not no production whatsoever. But he has a budding star, obviously, in Trae Young. But then outside of that, where do you go? Like, I mean, they're not a team that's like fully talented. So like. The expectation, because now you got Trae Young on the rise, but then when you look at his supporting cast, of course you got what's his name, Hollins, the power forward, John Collins.
Collins, yep.
I mean, they got some
like
good,
16 games, yeah.
Yeah, they got some good youthful pieces, but like you said, when you start adding that up to just being youth and then injuries and then players having to sit out, I mean, you're not gonna have a winning record. And if you look at the top, even though it's the Eastern Conference, if you look at the top teams. Look at the star power that all the top teams have, and they don't have that. Like, I mean, you're not going to win in the NBA with young talent. It's going to be exciting. They're going to show flashes, but at the end of the day, they're not going to produce. So, I mean, then they kind of, I think the way they brought in Nate McMillan, it's like, okay, like people may, bitch about it, but they won't make a big stir because okay, we got
a black man with a black man.
Yeah, right. So we got Nate McMillan coming in. But often for me, when I look at situations like that, of course we had him on the show, short conversation, but Pierce seemed like a stand-up guy. I mean, want to mold these players into good players and good people. And often you don't know what's going on outside the lines. So, I mean, in dealing with a lot of these players today, I mean, because obviously you're dealing in those situations, he's dealing with a college roster. Like they're not a team full of veterans or anything like that. So it's a whole different landscape they have to try to coach and deal with. So I hope Nate McMillan can turn it around. Don't know how long he's probably going to get a crack at it, but we just have to wait and see till everyone's healthy and let's see where they go. I mean, like I say, you got the play in, so definitely you got opportunity to make the playoffs.
But that's the point. Like he never got his full complement of players to play with to be able to use and insert into the lineup. And that's the problem that I have is like, look, he was fighting left-handed to begin with, young team, finally added some veteran leadership. They added some guys this year, gave some contracts out there, wanted to improve the roster, and they did this year. A respectable team, a representable team out there. My question to you is, Derwin, was it the right time, though? That's the thing. The timing of it. That's the problem I have. I get the record, but it was a rebuild to begin with. So you can just throw the first 2 years out the window.
You would think when management makes a move like that, they probably at the point where we've seen enough. We've seen enough of his coaching and what we think he is as a coach, and we just think that it's better off just moving in another direction right now. That's what I get from that.
Yeah.
When talking about the record and where they are now, chances are even if they make the playoffs, they're gonna have to face a Philly or Brooklyn. They're not gonna have much chance. I mean, what good is it?
But that's like the Knicks. Get in the first round, get your head beaten, but at least you're in the tournament. But that's part of the ascent, right?
They probably didn't like what they were seeing as far as him as a coach. That's the only thing I can take from it. They had seen enough. Sometimes you watch somebody, you give them opportunity, and then you kind of see what they are, and you say to yourself, I don't like what I'm seeing right now. We need something different. We need a different voice. This is it's not going to get any better. This is as good as he can probably do. We need to go in a different direction. And I think they were definitely at that point by making this move at this point.
Real quickly, OG, what about all of the things he did off the court? We talk about this all the time. We want these coaches to be leader of men. All the things that he did with the voting, State Farm Arena, just a real civic guy, a community man, rallied that Atlanta community, a great face. Like I said, a leader of men. It just seems like good guys, they finish last.
Yeah,
this is just another case of that. And that's why it's sad, because it's like you can't argue the record. Twice as many losses that he had as wins, although we understand where they came from. But all the great things he did off the court, it sucks. That's how I felt. I felt numb. I felt disgusted yesterday when you texted. I was like, oh, this sucks. But I totally understood.
Yeah, I mean, I was hot initially. I think that's perfectly normal to have like emotions about a decision that's made initially, especially if you like the person and that's involved with the situation. But for me, when I finally started looking at the analytical side of it, for as wins and losses, because at the end of the day, you can be a great citizen, you can be a great stand-up guy, and good leader to a degree. But if those wins don't tally up, everything is going to become questionable, and it's unfortunate. But and then really the reason why it's so unfortunate to me is because he doesn't have the roster to probably be better than. I mean, they probably could be a few games, maybe 500 or something like that. But I mean, it's not like he has a roster to really go over the top. So I think that was my only concern. And even with Nate McMillan coming in, I don't know what's the max that he can truly get out of what's on the roster that Pierce wasn't getting. And we just know that coaches are scapegoats, and it's been like that. If these players come out and don't perform, and I know what it's like. I mean, so if the players don't perform, most of the time, it's always going to fall under the coach. I mean,
Sure.
so it comes with the territory.
It's professional sports. That's how it's set up, and that's how it's always going to be. We saw Doc Rivers, and we saw SVG, my guy Stan Van Gundy. Some of the quotes they have to say, glowing remarks about Lloyd Pierce. So definitely, had some allies in the coaching ranks yesterday. But just a sad day. Totally get it. But yeah, just like I said, I was sick a little bit. I was like, oh man, not Lloyd, because he's a good guy, man. Like, damn it, I wanted to see him do well. You know what I'm saying? Well spoken, just like I said, just a leader in the community. And he's not going to see it through. And it's sad, it's tough, but that's why they pay you the big bucks, and that's why it's called a profession to begin with. We'll keep it in the NFL. Speaking of professional, we're going to go to professional football from professional basketball. J.J. Watt, we talked about it, had the finalists the last time we were together last Thursday. What was it? Packers, Bills, and Titans? Wrong. J.J. Watson was a list of about 4 or 5 teams. Cardinals blew him away. Signed with the Cardinals. I love it. You got him and Chandler Jones now. Top 2 pass rushers over the last 5 to 10 years. I think they both have almost 100 sacks since 2012, 15, maybe somewhere around there. Definitely over the last 5 to 10 years, Derwin. We'll get that stat corrected here in a second. But you like this? He talked about Kyler Murray being a guy. Kyler Murray won an award back in 2015. J.J. Watt was there, had a picture of him. He was one of the reasons they took it. They had him on the private jet. He got there. He felt good about Arizona. I think it's a good fit. They're a team on the rise. I told you last year They were the team to watch out for in the NFC West. You still shaking your head.
I'm shaking my head because we were on here last week and somebody on this show was telling me this man wasn't worth 15 to 16 million.
He ain't.
And how much did he get? He got his money. I told you.
2 years, 31 million, 23 guaranteed.
15.5 million. Yeah. 23 guaranteed. Up
guaranteed.
Now. Guaranteed.
Yes.
Now, one, I'm all for JJ Watt, great ambassador for the game. He's 10 years plus in the league. He wanted his money. He got his money.
He did.
Going to Arizona, he ain't winning no championship. He's not in Arizona. I don't care how much I like that Kyler Murray. He's not winning a championship. He's not winning a championship.
But Seattle gonna win one.
We're not talking about Seattle. He is not winning a championship. Kyler Murray ain't winning no championship. Now I know Hopkins, D-Hop recruited him. It's a great, they're reuniting again. But at the end of the day, they still probably gonna wind up third in the division.
But Seattle gonna win one, right?
We could. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, anybody could.
I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't. Right now, my team is not in position to win nothing right now. Honestly.
I was about to say, you need to tend your own business.
Yeah, but Arizona is nowhere near the top of that division. No way.
Nah, I
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Durbin started out high. He started out high on the then it's like not so fast. They're not going to do anything. Like,
no, they're not. Y'all putting all this thing
so,
in the Arizona can't
beat Seattle. Arizona can't beat Seattle.
Well, they normally get us at least once a year, but they still gonna wind up under 500. This is what they do. Kyler Murray's way too inconsistent. I'm not worried about Arizona. I'm more worried about San Francisco.
I don't disagree. Okay. If
San Francisco can stay healthy,
yeah, you need to worry about the Rams.
They got a damn good roster.
That's the team that owns you guys. You need to be worried about the Rams.
But we not at 4 teams in the division. We're not worried about the Cardinals.
Okay.
They're not sustainable.
But they typically beat you guys. Okay, all right. You're not worried.
One game out of 16. Come on now.
Well, they only play you guys twice. Damn, Derwin.
We won the damn division, even though they beat us last year. Did they beat us? They beat us last year.
I'm trying to let you. I'm giving you a platform. Let you talk your talk.
They beat us last year, and when did they end up, and where did we end up?
Both of you guys were done after the first week of the playoffs. OG.
Did they make the playoffs?
No, but
they didn't. Okay.
You were at home watching them too after you got scored.
But we actually made it to dance and played.
Oh, who cares? You make it to dance.
Where was it? Did the Patriots make the playoffs? Did I miss something too?
So you can't compare yourself to a team that's gone to 9 Super Bowls.
Listen, we're not talking about 9 Super Bowls. We're talking about your Cam Newton and all this. We're going to win 12 games with Cam Newton.
Stop it.
That's what we talking about.
On to the Super Bowl appearances for a while.
You sound ridiculous when you talk about the Patriots. Don't do that.
I don't sound ridiculous. I'm talking about 2020. Where was Cam Newton and the Patriots?
So the previous 19 years ain't got
They weren't even 500. You better stop.
You ain't got so the previous 19 years ain't got nothing to do
with
it.
We're not talking about the 19 years. We're not giving you credit for that.
Why not?
What have you done lately?
Well, 1 out of 20 is not. That's not.
I'm talking about last year. What did you do?
Well, can I talk about? Okay, so if I went 0 for 1, but I had 10 hits the previous damn 10 at bat.
That quarterback you did. Good. That quarterback won again, and he was in Tampa. Cry me a river.
Derwin, if I had one bad season, but the other 10 were Hall of Fame worthy, am I still going to the Hall of Fame?
Your quarterback going. You might have the next 15 years of bad.
Go ahead, OG. What do you think about JJ Watt in this deal? I can't mess with Derwin anymore.
I mean, I think it's. I said that like whatever situation he went to, he'd either have to be playing with obviously another pass rusher on the other side, or he need to be playing with some great interior D linemen. That was my whole thought about it. And then the funny thing is, I think Derwin did mention the fact that we was talking about the money and like how much would he get paid or whatever. Boom, there it is. It was kind of more in the area where Derwin was talking about. I didn't see that he was gonna get a big payday like that, but I mean he did. I like him. I mean, great guy. You ain't really never heard too much about JJ Watt other than he's one of the players that when you do hear about him, it was always about how he was dominating on the field and when he wasn't hurt, and obviously being an ultimate figure in the community in Houston. So I'm happy for him. I mean, it seems like I don't know, who knows? Like, I mean, I'm not saying that Arizona is going to be all that, but I think he definitely could be a piece if he can be half as good as he's been throughout his career when he hasn't been hurt or anything. So I think it's a good pickup, and we just have to see what the rest of that D line is looking like.
See, that's the whole point. We talked about Derwin, your team, who has a pretty bad offensive line. I think we can all agree with that. You're not worried about 90. You're not worried about 190 sacks over the last 9 years between J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones. You're not worried about that?
What happened to Chandler Jones last year?
He had a pretty good year. Why?
He did?
Yeah.
Did he play the whole season?
I don't know if he played, but he played.
Because he was
pretty
quiet.
good year.
He did?
He had a pretty good year.
What did he do? 'Cause I remember hearing about it.
Oh, the year before that, it was like MVP
No.
caliber.
Matter of fact, we talked about him. Did he talk about? Wasn't us a discussion him about possibly breaking Strahan's record? Didn't he say he was going to do that? That's what he was gunning for.
So what? 22 and a half, something like that. Whatever.
Yeah, and we talked about it on the show, and we took a vote of whether he was going to do it or not. I remember saying no. I don't even think he came close to that.
Yeah, I said no. I mean, that's a tough one.
But I don't think he had. Did he have a good year?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
I don't think so. I don't think he got. If I'm not mistaken, he got hurt.
I know he was out there. I don't know when he got hurt. I have no idea. But I mean, just going off of track record and past performance, you can't argue the numbers. 97 and a half and 95 is like 190 something sacks, 193 sacks in the last 9 years between the two of them. That's like, dude, that's pretty. It's a pretty good D line, man. And if you're the Seattle Seahawks, shit, that's got my attention, right? It should have your attention.
Well, I saw a graphic just like today or yesterday. They were talking about all the defensive ends, the pass rushers in the whole NFC West. And somebody said you could take the NFC West and make an all-star team and play everybody else. The way that division is kind of stacked with San Francisco, with the Bosa, with the line that they have. But hey, my guy need to get the ball out of his hand and stop holding the ball. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, I mean, they got some pass rushers in our division. But yeah, Chandler Jones.
He struggled. I think this is going to be like a revival time for both him and J.J. Watt.
What did stats look like last
year? He only played 5 games.
Yeah, he didn't play. He didn't play that
many games.
He was
non-existent. He was nowhere last year. So the other part of the equation, you got to stay healthy. J.J. Watt going to do his thing. He needs to be on a team where other guys are going to be, help him out because he can't be the main guy getting after pass rusher. He's relentless himself, but he needs help. So if Chandler Jones is on the other side and he's healthy, they can get some sacks. But at the end of the day, that quarterback.
Okay. So what do you think the Cardinals will finish next year? What do you think?
They're going to finish.
They were 8-8 this year, right? If I'm not mistaken, 8-8.
Something like that. They're going to be third or fourth. It depends on who drops to the bottom.
I've got Arizona winning 10 games this year into the playoffs.
That's why I was going to say 9-7 or 10-6.
10-6 this year.
So what do you got? San Francisco and the Rams doing, and Seattle doing?
Three of those teams might make the playoffs. Somebody's out. Hell, it might be. It might be the Rams.
Well, it's hard to call it because San Francisco was 6-10.
Hell, it might be your Seahawks that finish 9-7 and don't make the playoffs. Somebody's gonna win 11. Somebody's gonna win. 2 teams are gonna win 10, and somebody's gonna win 9.
No.
Betty, bye.
We're gonna win. Seattle's gonna win 10 games.
They're gonna win 10 games.
They're gonna win at least 10.
I don't know.
I'm shocked they won 12.
You guys are coming back down to earth. You guys did
honestly, they won 12, and I thought they left some games on the field.
You guys were fraudulent 12-4 last year. That was not a good 12-4.
I don't know how you can be fraudulent in our division. How can you be fraudulent?
Just like New England last year was not. That was the worst 12-4 team that I've ever seen from New England in the last 19 years. That was not a good 12-4 team. Clearly, but I've seen 10 to 12 of those. But last year's 12-4 team, when I looked at them, like that ain't a good team. That's a Fugazi 12-4 team. And they played like it in the playoffs, just like Seattle. First round, crap the bed out.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, Larry, you have been saying that all year, though.
I said it all year. Even last year, they were 12-4. I'm like, this is not a good team. And they lost to Tennessee. Probably a game they should have won, but it didn't surprise me that they lost either. And Seattle, remember when they were 5-0, I was like, they are the luckiest 5-0 team I've ever seen. I say probably the worst undefeated team I've ever seen because that defense is not good. Even when they were 12-4, I'm like, I wasn't buying Seattle. You saw how they played. It was Russell making crazy plays at the end. I'm like, dude, that's too much heart pounding, palpitations, dog. Mm-mm.
They won some games on as bad as the defense was. They won some games too. It was the defense won the games for them. So,
you guys had a lot of close games. Y'all didn't blow anybody out.
But that's, you know what? That's
I
how
think maybe the Jets.
it.
Y'all had one comfortable win last year. That was pretty much it. One.
And that's the kind of games Pete Carroll likes. He wants to run the ball and play some defense. So when you're doing that, sometimes it works out that way.
Where you got Arizona?
They got them third or fourth, like I always got them.
Records.
Games too. It was the defense won the game. They're gonna be 8-8. They were 8-8 last year. Why would I say anything different? They're gonna be 8-8.
Because it's a new year, Derwin. I don't know what's in your damn head.
So what's changed with them? They added a defensive piece.
Kyler Murray, third year. Nuke. DeAndre Hopkins, second year there.
I think he's okay. I don't think he's not the best quarterback in the league.
No one's saying that. I think he's top half.
He's okay, man.
Yeah, he's okay.
I'm just not high on that kid.
Well, I mean, look, I don't like the 5'8". But right now, to be dynamic and to be that quick, that's fine. I don't know how he's going to be when he's 32, and he's lost a step. You know what I'm saying?
He won't be there. He's going to be like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, then he's going to be like freaking.
Hold on. I know Lamar was going to sneak into this. They did the comparison with Lamar and Holmes, and their stats is.
They need to stop doing that. I saw that graphic. I don't know. People create things, and you got. I'm sorry, OG. Go ahead. OG.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I want to hear.
I seen that stat floating around, and it's like numbers can be so deceiving.
Belichick's favorite line is, first of all, to do your job. It is what it is. No days off, and stats are for losers. So you're right.
I wouldn't compare Mahomes to Lamar Jackson.
I wouldn't either. I'm just saying this. If that's the truth, the numbers was kind of shocking. Like, I mean, because I wouldn't have thought that they looked anywhere like that. So, I mean, but yeah, I always say that too. I mean, stats only matter when you win. Like, I mean, so.
Well, there's some telling stats. Turnover margin, red zone defense, things of that nature. Those are things that are huge tells. All right, we'll keep it moving, guys. Jordan, you probably will be right, but I
you give me a hard time. Then you tell me I'm probably gonna be right. I don't get it.
It's usually the truth, but I can wish, I can hope against you. I can root against you. That's for sure.
Why would you want to do that? I'm a good guy. Come on.
No, I don't want to see you right all the damn time. You're human. You bleed. Shit, you ain't Drago. You bleed. We'll keep it in not the NFL, but football. Shout out to Renee Montgomery and the Fan Control Football, our sister, proud minority owner there with a dream, and also Fan Control Football with is it the Zappers? No, she's the Beast, right?
The Beast.
She's the Beast,
yeah. So Josh Gordon looks like he's going to be joining the FCF. So leaving Seattle to go play for the Zappers. You guys, what's your thoughts on this? Josh Gordon, if you don't tear this league up, you'll never play in the NFL again. I think this is tough. I probably wouldn't do it if I was Josh Gordon. Because you have to. Have you seen some of the guys that are playing in that league?
Yeah.
He's got to rip it up. Like, it just dawned on me, like, dude, this is a little less talented than arena football. We can all agree on that. It's fun. I like the concept, but he's got to go down there and rip it up. You can't be out there having fun like Johnny freaking Manziel. You actually want to get back into the damn league. This is not some beer league softball league or anything like that. Josh Gordon's got to go out. Am I crazy, guys? He needs to go out there. He needs to freaking score like three tubs a game.
Well, he can't throw it to himself, so someone has to give him the football.
All right, Sal.
Have you seen some of those DBs out there? I've seen some of those guys that are like, no, there's not a lot of athleticism left.
And Josh is big.
6'4". He's a big guy. Yeah. He's got to
man a bunch, boys.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of. It's a sad story if you ask me, but I'm just kind of happy that he gets back on the field and people will get to see him because it's been a while since we've seen him. I mean, last time I saw him, he was a Seahawks uniform, but
what 2019? He didn't play last year, right? 2019.
No, that's a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, I don't know, but his hands were still there. Like he could. I saw him make a couple of third down catches for us where he sustained drives where we would have been off the field. I'm like, man, that was a heck of a catch he just made. Low ball was was able to snag it. But other than that, the whole thing with the substance, man, it's just killed his career. I guess the rules FCF might be probably different, but he's never been able to shake those demons. Whatever it is that he can't comply to the NFL rules that just kept him off the field has just ruined a great. He could have had a great career because when he was on, man, that guy was another Megatron. He was just running away from people with his size and just making catches and destroying defenses.
That game he had against Aqib Talib and the Patriots back in, was that 2013 when they were really good, went for like almost 200 in Gillette, and they almost beat the Patriots with that sorry ass Browns team.
Yeah. And you hear is not just weed, it's something else. But whatever it is, man, I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if it's prescription drugs or whatever, because people get addicted to stuff, different kind of painkillers and stuff like that. But whatever it is, man, he has not been able to comply with whatever the rules the NFL has, and it has just destroyed his career. But as someone else said, he's got opportunity after opportunity. They can't say he never got opportunities. And even Seattle's kind of like stuck with him. But here's an opportunity for him. I commend him for still going out there, even though he's caused his own pain. But I commend him for going out there to try to keep his hope alive and keep his career alive somehow with people being able to see him. Sure. Because up until this point, you want another NFL job. You're at the point now we have to see you. Do you have anything left for us, for any one of the 32 to say, let's have him come into camp?
Yeah. OG, your thoughts on Josh Gordon going to the FCF, Fan Control Football League, headquarters in Georgia, right outside of Atlanta. What city is that in? It's not Dunwoody. I forget the little town that it's in. I'll look that up. But basically outside of Atlanta, that's where the headquarters are. They got their own little bubble. No.
I don't know why Lithonia.
No, it's not Lithonia. I'll look it up here in a second. But Josh Gordon, how do you think he'll do? I understand if he's serious about continuing his football career, I get it. But it's like, dude, this is rock bottom. This is it. I mean, I guess we've talked about last chances with him for 8-9 years now. This might be the last chance right here.
Yeah, this is like the perfect example of when we look at athletes, even starting probably all the way from the high school level all the way to the pros, is that your talent sometimes gets you extra chances and benefits that it typically, if you don't possess that talent, you probably don't get. And for him, it's almost like when I first heard about it and I think about it, if he goes to the FCF and let's say they win a championship or whatever, it's going to be one of like the best and worst 30 for 30 series you might see, because he had a chance to be what most thought he could be in the NFL, but unfortunately, through some choice making and different things like that, for whatever reason, never allowed that to come to. So this opportunity, I mean, it seemed like he'd been getting, like when I heard it now, I'm like, man, chance after chance after chance. And it's like, you want to see a guy win, but at the same time, it doesn't always set a good precedence for people who are really trying to like make the league and are trying to get into situations that he's fortunately had the opportunity to get. I mean, so it's tough, but at the same time, I mean, who doesn't like a success story? I mean, hopefully he can go down there. He should dominate. I mean, definitely. I ain't never seen nobody his size or anything like that play at that level, whether it be arena football or, you haven't seen nobody like him. So definitely if he's going to play with Manziel, then it should be a lot of, it should be pitch and catch the majority of the time. And they should be at least competitive on the offensive side. I don't know what they look like on defense, but I don't know. I still haven't had a chance to get into the fan control football, but I think I peaked at it. But
yeah,
I need to check it out some more to really see like.
You see some exciting plays. There's not a lot of defense. There's just not good talent out there. I'm just being honest. There's just not.
Well, I definitely think he's gonna have a lot of people tuned in to see
I'm gonna watch this
what he can do. I think the last time he was on a roster was 2019, but the last time he probably played football has been longer than that. So, and I'm talking about where he was really out there lined up, catching the ball. So, I'll just have to wait and see.
The city is Duluth, Georgia. I knew it was somewhere.
Okay,
not too far. They got their own little bubble. I know they do some stuff with Van, but yeah, they got Ray Austin out there. You got some professional athletes. You got Renee. You got Marshawn Lynch. You got Chad Johnson, Mike Tyson, some other prominent athletes that are Richard Sherman that are owners in that league and investors. So look, we want to see it do well. I love the idea of it. So we'll continue to support it. But I can't lie. Just the product on the field, it's okay. It's just okay. So I can't lie to you. I'm not gonna just lie here on the show. So, but we'll keep an eye on it. Like I said, though, Josh Gordon. If you don't have multiple touchdowns every game, yeah, what are we doing here? Yeah, that's what I'd like to see.
I think they'll get a couple of more views where some NFL brass might tune in just to see what he looks like. Some of these other teams, just doing your due diligence, see what he looks like. Can he still run?
Sure.
Things can catch the ball, things of that nature.
Yep, absolutely. College football now, Alabama. They ain't playing no games, man. The AD was like, yeah, we expect to have a full house in the fall.
Wow.
I was like, damn, we vaccinated like 7 or 8% of the population, and they're already talking about a full house in freaking August. They wilding at Alabama at Bryant-Denny Stadium. So, are we really going to see 100,000 people at a sporting event in freaking August? Not next year or in the winter time. August, because that's when the college football season kicks off. And at the beginning of the year they're going to play at home, unless they have one of those first neutral site games. But they got 7 home games next year. They expect to have 100,000 for all 7 of them. You got surprised, but when I looked at it, I was like, I want to be surprised, but I'm not. This is the SEC. They just want a daggone a natty. Yeah, they got to make that money, man. They got to make that money back. They ain't playing.
Is the governor of Alabama Democratic or Republican?
I think it's Republican. It's a female, right? I think it's a lady.
Yeah, so that's all I need to know.
I don't know if she's a Democrat or Republican. I know she's.
I'm pretty sure Alabama's a Republican state.
That's what I'm thinking. Exactly.
They don't care. So they'll okay it. Their governor will probably okay it, and the SEC is king of football. You saw what was going on at LSU. They were having COVID every other week. It seemed like their episodes with the players and stuff, but they kept playing. So I think part of it is also wishful thinking. By a certain time this year, they're hoping that most people have their vaccinations in, and the more vaccinations we get around the country, the better off people will be. And hopefully in the fall, we can get back to a little bit of normalcy. But I'm not surprised that Alabama's saying this and the SEC would okay it. So,
your thoughts, OG? Alabama, roll tide, 100,000 at Bryant-Denny Stadium, baby, in Tuscaloosa, not Tuscaloosa as we used to call it.
Hey, I mean, if anybody's gonna set the precedence, I mean, who else better to do it? I mean,
just the defending national champs. Nick Saban got like 7 of them things.
He about to start putting rings on his toes in a minute. So, I mean, but yeah, I mean, like I said, who else better to start out saying that? Hey, we open it up, and I said this back before last football season even started. I said if they open up the stadiums, people coming. Like, I mean, if they would have did it last year, people would have came. Like, I mean, so. Of course, in the SEC, I mean, football rules, like, and down south, like, I mean, and I think at that point, to be honest, as we see things starting to open up a little bit more now, you kind of want to think down the road in August. I mean, I don't think it's too far off. I mean, if I'm just talking about present day with everybody, lifting, you got states lifting masks, mandations and stuff like that. I mean, I definitely could see where Alabama is coming from, and like you said, Larry, that the money got to be recouped one way or the other. So,
well, because football
definitely.
pays for everything, man. So yeah, I mean, Alabama's one of those college programs like in Ohio State. They make money. They are profitable. So yeah, I mean, Alabama pays teams like damn near $3 million to come play in Bryant Denny Stadium. That's when you got cheddar, right?
Right.
P-dubs, huh?
Yeah. And then you got the head coach who had the damn thing twice, the COVID twice.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
They don't care.
Not once.
He had it twice.
I did forget about that.
Damn.
And he's like, come on in. Come on.
Oh my
Don't
God.
worry about that. Come on.
Remember, he was calling practice from home and shit. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. The second game he didn't miss. He missed the first game. Did he miss the second one? I think
he was
I thought he made it by the second game.
Because it was like 5 days or whatever. He came back.
Yeah, they reduced it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Whew.
That man went, winning, man. The winning, man. Like, yeah, by any means necessary. Like,
Roll Tide.
Oh man, I put it in because I knew we were all gonna have the same reaction, which is nobody's surprised, nobody's shocked. It's just all you can say is roll tide, man.
Yeah.
Roll tide. That's it. That was a good one though, Derwin. Yeah, twice.
No, that's probably why he's feeling invincible. Like, shoot, hey, fought it off twice. I mean, hey,
what can you say, man?
All right,
that's a good point. Real quickly, Lil Baby and who is it? It's Lil Baby, 2 Chainz against Quavo and Jack Harlow. This is a Bleacher Report special, right? Basketball. It's going to be this weekend, right? Is it Thursday? I believe Thursday or Friday. Is it March 4th or March 5th? I think it's Thursday. Somebody back me up. I'll look it up. My girl Taylor Rooks, she used to be my colleague at SNY. She's doing it on the broadcast. Pretty interesting. Pretty exciting. 2 Chainz actually played in college, so he's actually got game. Jack Harlow's from Louisville, so he's used to seeing game. Quavo
plays some ball.
Quavo can play a little bit. He play a little bit. And then Lil Baby, it is what it is, man. Yeah, look, I want to see what's going on. I might peek at it for a minute, see what they're doing. What do you guys think about this, man? You got 4 great rappers, really good rappers, so we'll talk about that, doing it for the culture. And but I thought didn't the mayor, Keisha Lance Bottom, say don't bring your ass to Atlanta this week?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And this is to show support of the HBCUs, but
yes,
I mean it's definitely gonna be. I think a lot. It's March 6th at 8 p.m.
Okay.
Streamed
so Saturday.
We on the Bleacher Report app.
Yeah, and Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think it's gonna be entertaining for sure. I mean, it's a ton of star power. I mean, Jack Harlow is hot. Been hot right now with his last CD, and Lil Baby. I mean, he been
always
tied up the charts. And then you got Quavo, who like now he ain't even really been putting out a bunch of music, but I mean they done put out so many hits. Like
hottest rap group probably going right now.
So
shout out to Rap Snacks, part of the family. What up? Migos, Offset, Quavo.
Yeah, but Quavo, he been popular for hooping and events, charity, like whatever the events is. So
got the flag football thing he does too in Atlanta with some day that he does down in Atlanta as well.
Yeah, so at least they split it up because like 2 Chainz, he hoop, Quavo hoop. Don't know about Harlow, don't know about Lil Baby. I think it's gonna be real in it. I can already see Lil Baby probably got the ugliest jump shot. Like I don't know why I see that, but. I think it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. It's gonna drive the entertainment value. I mean, the engagement. I think a lot of people are gonna tune in because, like I say, you don't know. I mean, you don't know what people can do. So, let alone they star power, people probably just gonna want to tune in to see if they can really hoop. I mean, other than like you done seen Quavo, but I don't know if I ain't never seen 2 Chainz do anything. Know about his past as being.
Where did he go to school? He went to I should know this. I do know he hooped in college. He did, at least the beginning of his college career. It's Huncho Day too as well. Thank you, Coach K. Huncho Day. That's the the day, the weekend that he has. I know.
He went to Alabama State.
Yeah, Hornets. That's right. That's it. ASU.
Yeah.
That's right. I was gonna say Alabama A&M, but you're right, Alabama State. So look, I mean, you're right, doing it for the culture and also giving back and trying to raise some funds and awareness for historical Black colleges and universities.
Yeah.
D-Dubs, you gonna look at some of this on the Bleacher Report?
I mean, hey, I'm not a fan of any of those
Yeah,
guys.
see,
But
there he goes. He doesn't give a
I
damn.
would check it. I would check it out. I think
He's
that
not
it's going to
impressed.
do what it's supposed to do.
You're not impressed,
It's
are you,
gonna
Durham?
get it's gonna get views. Listen, I'm old school hip hop, and this stuff they put on the radio, I can't do it. I can't deal with it. But
Migos is hot, man. Little baby got some fire, man.
listen,
Jack Harlow was popping.
I wouldn't pick that dude
I
out
got
of the
chicks,
lineup.
one in each borough.
Nah, but hold
Come on
on
now.
though. His CD, like that was popping. To me, like compared to some of the other songs that's on the CD, that's like mid compared to me for what I like. Like he got some good songs on the CD. I mean, he actually really be talking about something. Like he don't just be mumbling and saying whatever.
Yeah.
Like he actually really be
But
saying
my question is, OG, if you ain't got bars, you can't have my time.
Oh, okay.
So nowadays, what I hear when I very seldom turn to a FM station, I hear fat tracks. I hear some dope music. That's the producer.
Auto
That ain't the artist. These artists ain't be talking about nothing. They don't talk about. They not rhyming about nothing. They ain't got no bars.
Nah, I'm with you. I'm a bar guy too, but like I also like
I like beats.
if you can if you witty and use metaphors and different things like that, I can and got a good beat over it. I can rock with it.
Hey, I'm like the little kid going in a grocery store. If I see chocolate, cereal, I get distracted. You give me a good beat, you can distract me.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
And
I
some of
need,
these,
I need to be. I need you. Got to take me to the trap. Like I didn't realize. Like I like Pooh Shiesty. He's from Memphis. I'm like, oh, okay. All these kids are coming up, man. And look, they all
I gotta
sound,
listen to some more of him though. Like I ain't
Yeah.
really listening to them, but I gotta listen to him.
He got some fire, man. I checked him out. He's from the home state. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give him some love. Give him a second look. We'll go ahead real quick, D-Dubs. What you're about to say?
yeah, I was just, like today's music, I just find a lot of times I hear some really, really good music from a standpoint of the beats and the track. Oh, that's a hot track. But then the artist gets on them like, oh, he's not good. But the track, I think the tracks carry guys.
Isn't that the producer? He is. You said.
But listen, you could, even if you, like I'm a Jay-Z guy, right? Even if there's been songs Jay-Z's put out, I didn't like that track. But if he goes a cappella, his lyrics are always on point.
Sure.
Because he has bars.
Hold on, give me an example, Dirk.
I was about to say the bar, dude, is way the hell up here. It's like saying, I can't watch basketball. That ain't Michael Jordan. Well, damn, dude, there's only one of him.
Hold on, but Derwin, name a song like that. Like name a song that that you didn't like the beat, but if you took it away, you can rock with what he's saying.
You know what? I didn't like when it first came out a long time ago. I did not like. I didn't really care for Big Pimpin' when it first came out. Yeah, I didn't really care for it, but that was a hit. But with Jay, you could always take away his music and I listened to his words. I listen to when he says, like short sleeves, I bear arms, and stuff like that. I'm like, he says different things. And it makes me think, like, wow, I like how he put that sentence together. I find that you don't get that now today with some of these rappers.
Well, because they're talking about
it's like Future.
Because they're talking about ice and strippers. So I mean,
Future. Yeah. Future is like a big hit, right? People like Future.
I like Future. Yeah.
He's had a couple of songs. I don't know the name of the songs, but I'm like,
more than a couple. He's got a nice.
Well, I mean, he has a couple of songs like, oh, it was a hot track. Oh, I love that track. But what he talking about is trash. But the track, whoever put that track together, he was on point.
Right.
That's just how.
All right, we'll keep it moving. We'll have you back for the Source Awards a little bit later. Compete forever on Black News Channel this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Shout out to Black News Channel, rebranded this weekend. My good buddy Mike Hill and Sharon doing the morning show there. You got Dr. Mark Lamont Hill, had Charles Blow. They got a plethora of new TV shows on the weekend. We're going to be changing over the weekend. We're coming on at 11 a.m., I think 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. on some weekends. Some weekends just 11 a.m. Some days just 11 and 6. Dude, Gary Wardlaw and those guys, they must have brought in like about a half a dozen to a dozen new shows. So shout out to Black News Channel, rebranded with the new graphics and everything this year. They're growing back on Comcast Xfinity now. You got DirecTV, you got AT&T Uverse, you also got Dish Network, and you also have Spectrum Charter Cable Systems. Episode 40 this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern, both days. 4 airings this weekend. It's the Florida International University FIU NBA 2K Championship. We'll find out who the BMOC is, the big man on campus this weekend on Black News Channel. Truth Illuminated. But yeah, what do you think, Coach K? You see the new graphics? You got the new BNC there, and
Yeah.
Mike Hill and those guys got studios in their homes and
We
stuff.
gotta hook it up.
Ooh, look at 'em.
They're making big news, man. A lot of moves.
They are. They had
Yeah.
they had
I
DeMar
almost
Smith
didn't
on live
recognize
this
them
morning.
on Twitter, like
Yeah.
or anything, because I seen a new the BNC.
Yeah.
It's different now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I knew about it. He sent an email saying, "Hey, I got all these shows." This was like about a month or two ago. It was like, "Hey, starting March 1st, we're rebranding." You know, he did say we're going to keep you guys' show, and I think we come on 3 times, like in 2 weeks. So I was like, "Okay, shit, you want to run it 3 times? All right."
They said
That's cool.
they
Good.
invited us to Shad Khan's yacht.
That is not true.
No,
That did
Gotta
not
put in
happen.
some money.
we're gonna get big pimping.
End of cheese. Speaking of big and big pimping, Big League Chew. Great to have them on board.
Really?
Yeah, got the deal today. We're going to need you, Derwin. Sidelines, we're going to do an NBA 2K. We're going to call it the BLC, the Big League Chew Association.
Okay.
It's basically our NBA 2K League. We can't say 2K League. So it's the Big League Chew Association. They're the title sponsor. So that's going to start April 1st. We're going to do it just like Madden. They're going to play out a 16-game schedule with all 30 teams. It'll be a truncated little schedule there, structure. But 16 teams will make the playoffs just like they do in the NBA. But it'll be, just, single elimination. You don't get to play a series or anything like that. So shout out to Big League Chew for coming on board today. It's official. They are the sponsors of the Big League Chew Association. And that's going to go down starting next month. So we'll talk about it each and every day to remind folks to start signing up. We're going to get a page up on competeforever.com/association. There you go. competeforever.com/Madden League and competeforever.com/ I'm going to call it 2K Association or just Association? 2K Association.
Nah, association.
2K Association.
Okay.
TK might be cutting it too close.
You think so? Well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there was a show on TNT. Wasn't it called The Association?
Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah. So 2K Association. How about that? For now.
Sure.
Whatever. But yeah, that's starting next month. So that will be there. So we'll definitely talk about that. But shout out to Big League Chew coming on board. Really appreciate that. We'll get that thing started April the 1st.
Yep.
Any shout outs before we go?
No, just tune into the OG 2 Cents podcast as usual.
Yes, sir.
On Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. And that's about it for me.
Cool, man. Anything NBA 2K League related? I know we got the draft. What is that, next week? End of next week, maybe? Oh, next Saturday,
Yes.
a week from Saturday.
Yeah, March NBA 2K League Season 4 draft, March 13th, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. So it'll be on twitch.tv/NBA 2K League, and also on the 2K League YouTube channel as well.
Got it.
And be on the lookout from our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Next Gaming Crew. We putting together something on draft day.
Ooh, okay. Let us know, man, so I can tune in, man.
Cool. Definitely.
Shout out to Ford Models for having two models on here. One of them is OG. D-Dubs, any shout outs? Shout out to your wife and your son.
Thanks, man. Shout out to Kelly and A. Willie. Hopefully they're doing better in state of Texas. Well, craziness is going on with the weather and stuff. Yeah, shout out to Renee doing big things.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Part owner of the Dream.
FCF, TMZ Sports, and also Hawks pre and post game on Fox Sports South down there in the A.
Who needs to play basketball?
Yeah. She got her coins up. Yeah, why go back? Absolutely.
I saw that coming. Since she opted out, and
absolutely,
as people started calling, I said, okay.
And I like the fact that she teased the announcement by saying you gotta get the full announcement on remotely Renee. I was like, she's learned. Yes, I love it.
And I got to see. I watched one of the shows on YouTube, and I got to see Snook.
Yeah.
Snook's on there. Yeah, she'll be on there. Snook, her sister, and her manager Paul.
Okay, yeah, Paul. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Paul.
Because you always hear about him, but I had never visually seen him before. So.
Oh, gee, we got to get our manager on here. We got to get JJ on here, man. Let him spit some knowledge.
I'm sure he'll love that.
I know it. I think I'm gonna have to get him on here one day and talk to him. Talk about something. But all right, shout out to everybody watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching Esports Extra. Do me a favor, win the day, and keep fighting, just like these guys right here on this sweatshirt. Tommy Smith, John Carlos, 1968, Mexico. Keep up the fight. Don't give up. And we're going to beat this pandemic, and we're going to beat racism and everything else that ails this world. Thanks for watching Esports Extra. We'll see you tomorrow. We're back. I don't know what time. It might be 6 p.m. It depends on if I got a date. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just being honest. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.